There we go. Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Artie Hoffman, and I am going to be doing some readings for you guys. Just want you to know the only reason why I'm wearing sunglasses right now is because I have an issue with one of my eyes, and so it's actually a sty in my eye, so I didn't want to gross you out with that. So that's the only reason. I don't want you to think it's an ego thing, but any case, listen, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So any case, I just wanted to mention that the winner, the winner of the drawing for sharing my Facebook Live show is Holly Romano. So congratulations, Holly. You won a free half-hour reading for sharing our Facebook Live show. Yeah. So I also wanted to I wanted to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And, it's all about, we forget about the true meaning of Thanksgiving, in regards to being very grateful. And, a lot of times we put a lot of emphasis on what we don't have, which, corrupts our mind and corrupts our thoughts and corrupts the quality of our life, because a lot of us too many times comes from a place of a lack of, not having. I just had a very interesting conversation with someone a couple of nights ago, and it was actually quite a beautiful experience. I was in the midst of rushing to get from my car to inside of my place to get some things before I was to meet a friend, and it was in the evening, and I saw this one gentleman walk right by me, and to be honest with you, he looked at me, he goes, "Artie?" And I go, "Hey, how's it going?" And it was an old friend of mine who I haven't seen in a really, really long time. And at first I didn't even recognize him. He was wearing a hoodie and everything. And so I was having a conversation with him, and he was telling me how much he misses his wife, who just unfortunately passed away from a brain aneurysm. She was a chronic smoker, like a 2 to 3 pack a day type of smoker. And, they had a plan. They had a plan that she just was about to retire. She only had like a couple months to go until she retired. He just retired, and then they were going to move to Puerto Rico and retire out there and have a really good life together, and that was their plan. And unfortunately, she ended up passing away, and they were together for like 20 years. So, he was explaining, how much he really misses her and how this isn't right. And he was telling me his plans, that she was just about to retire. He just retired. And, and then God throws you this left hook. And so I had a conversation with him in the sense that I said, you know what? I said, you got to come to a place of thanking God for giving you 20 beautiful years with your wife. And it's very easy to be angry and to be upset that you no longer have the person who you shared your life with. And it's very difficult to move on when somebody that close, that important to you, that you've lost. And it's hard to move on, even if it's a child. But when it's your significant other, I said to him, look at it like those were beautiful chapters in your life. And those were the blessings that God gave you for all those years with her. I said, now it's time to start new chapters in your life, and that maybe now you could share your life from this point on with someone else. And there's a reason, we do have our plans, but then God has his own plans of what he has for us. And it's very hard to accept in the moment. And, no matter how much your kids might do for you, or no matter how much friends might do for you, it's still very difficult to try to fulfill that emptiness in your heart when you lose somebody so dear to you that you've shared your life with. And even when you lose a child, that's got to be extremely devastating also. So like I said, so there's no substitute for that emptiness in your heart, and but you do the best that you can, with what you have, as far as trying to fulfill it more with coming from a place of gratefulness for all those beautiful years, and a lot of times kids try to help their parents, like, Mom, what can I do for you? Dad, what can I do for you? And it makes no difference whether you serve them on golden plates or paper plates, or whether you get them 2 flowers or, a dozen roses or whatever it is. Not having more is not going to, replace that. Sometimes it's just being there for them, being there with them, listening to them, maybe playing their favorite music, getting them out of the house. You don't want them to stay alone, by themselves for a while. So I just wanted to give everyone, I'm going to be repeating myself a little bit today because I have these sunglasses on, and that's just because I have a sty in my eye. So I didn't want to gross you out. So I'm not trying to be Mr. Joe Cool or ego thing, or it's not an ego thing. So, but like I said, my heart really went out to this fella, and my heart goes out to everybody who has lost somebody very dear to them. So, but like I said, try to come to a place of being grateful for all those beautiful years that God gave you with this person. What else? Oh, also, what's that? Oh, okay. Also, I have Instagram messages every single morning. Well, let's just say most of the mornings, because this morning I forgot to do it. All right, but most of the mornings I do share angel messages every single morning. And so also, let's see, what else is there? So with the holiday season coming along, if you want to, you could also, get your loved ones gift certificates for a reading, for somebody who that might be hurting or needs answers. So getting a psychic reading, or even the money incense, if you want to give somebody. It's better than lottery tickets. This is going to bring you money. This is prosperity in the bank, baby. So, and it smells really good, and it comes in a pack of 10. So if you call me up or text me, or email me, I'll give you the prices on how much everything is. So that's 732-778-7173. Or you can email me at artiehoffman@gmail.com, or go to artiehoffman.com. And I'll tell you what the prices are, and to do Artie parties. And I'm just as accurate over the phone as I am in person. And I got to tell you, I was extremely flattered just the other day because I had someone from Italy come to visit me for a reading, her and her sister and her niece, and it was an awesome reading, and I felt very, very flattered. So, and I'm very flattered for everybody who watches from around the country and from around the world. So when you send in your questions, if you could just please let us know where you're from, that would be really cool. So, and what else? Oh, and then at the end of the show, I'm going to answer every single psychic question that you have. All right? And I'll be turning over cards. There's going to be 3 piles. There's going to be 3 piles of cards. So I want you to think of your question. All right, this is for the end of the show, not now. Because Allison is soon going to be reading the questions, and then I'm going to answer for you. But at the end of the show, I want you to think of your question. All right, and then I want you to write down either 1, 2, or 3, because I'm going to have 3 piles of cards. All right, and you have to decide, do you want your question to be answered from pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3? And you got to make that decision before I start to turn over the cards. So write it down. The reason why I say just don't keep it in your thought is because you're going to say, all right, I want to know my answer from pile number 1. And then all of a sudden it's not what you don't like the answer. And you say, you know what, I was going to choose number 3 because I like number 3, but no, I was going to choose number 3. I don't like number 1. So don't do that to yourself, all right? So you got to be solid on which pile you want, and that's going to be the one that's going to answer your psychic question. And I've been getting testimonials on how accurate it's been. So, Allison, do we have a question? Do we have our first question, or did you want to state something?
First of all, not just please read me.
Oh yeah, make sure you keep your questions very specific. If you say, "Can you please read me?" or "Tell me about 2017," it's not going to work. All right. Don't give us general questions. What do you see for me? I don't see jack crap for you. You got to ask me a specific question, and I will answer your question for you. I promise. All right. So, all right. What do we got here? What do we got?
Okay, Nancy Beatrice.
Nancy Beatrice, how you doing, Nancy?
Hey, Artie, my grandmother passed away last week. Is she okay? Does she have any messages for me? Thanks.
Okay. She wants you to know she is doing very well. And I'm also getting that there was a message given to you. It's like something with the wind. I'm seeing something with the wind blowing by you in the wind. I don't know if this is like a feather in the wind, but there's something unusual that's going to be blowing right by you in the wind. And that's exactly what I see with your grandmother. And she's also saying, enjoy the new wheels. So I'm not sure if you inherited a car or did you just get a new car, but she just said, enjoy the new wheels, whatever that means. Unless if you just got new wheels on your car. But that's what I just heard. But she said, yes, sweetheart, I'm doing just fine. But I'm strongly getting a message in the wind from her to you. And you'll understand that soon enough. Go ahead.
Lori Deniski Bellotti.
Speak up.
Lori Deniski Bellotti.
Okie dokie.
Can you tell me if my husband Michael is with me?
He literally just said, yes, sweetheart, I am always with you. It's funny. He just said you could bet your dupa on it. That's funny. And I see him. It's almost like he's having soup. He's eating soup. That's weird, soup. I have a hard time with soup, with eating soup, because soup is a liquid. And so when people say I'm eating soup, that's crazy. That's like I'm drinking a steak. I don't I don't get it. So, but for some reason I keep on seeing him like putting food in his mouth with a spoon. Or did you have to feed him towards the end, or was there something with the soup? I keep on seeing something with the soup. But he's with you, and he's showing me a single red rose with you. So I don't know what that means, but hopefully you do. And I just heard something about happy April 13th, whatever that's about. So there's something significant, I believe, going on with April 13th.
Emma Christopoulos.
Emma Christopoulos. How you doing, Emma?
Please, Artie. I'm pregnant and in a relationship that I'm very unsure of. I have a 6-year-old son, too. The future makes me very anxious. What can you see for me, please?
Okay, Emma. I'm going to see what I can do for you as far as your relationship. And you're being pregnant on top of a relationship. Wow. I'm looking at the angel cards right now as we speak, okay? And right now, what I'm getting is that during this time, I feel like it's very important to get support from family and friends. I have a feeling that because of the amount of time not spent together, it's like I get like there's like a lack of funds possibly. I feel like there's some money pressures. I feel like he's not around enough for you. And I feel like the two of you need to have a heart-to-heart talk. Do I feel like things could get better here? I honestly believe things can get better. But it's going to take a heart-to-heart talk so that the two of you could be on the same page. So you need to express yourself. He might have a hard time taking on all your emotions, and he might even be leaving you in the sense like he can't. When I say leaving you, I don't mean altogether, but when you're trying to have a heart-to-heart talk with him, I just feel like the pressure is what's getting to the both of you. Do I feel like everything is going to work out in the end? I do. I feel like it's just that there's a lot of pressure right now, and that the two of you need to be on the same page, and then you're going to see things are going to get much easier. It might be a good idea to get someone who the both of you respect. So there's like a little mini intervention here so that the two of you, again, could be on the same wavelength, where the two of you both respect the same person and that, you know, you could like share your thoughts with. But it's going to take a little work, but I really do feel like things are going to work itself out. Because I keep on hearing this song. I was just singing this song today. Ooh, child, things are going to get easier. So I'm hearing that. So I'm going to repeat myself again because I say that I'm going to be saying this throughout the day. The only reason why I'm wearing sunglasses is because I got a sty in my eye and I don't want to scare the hell out of anybody. So I'm being Mr. Joe Cool today, all right, but not purposely. Go ahead.
Okay, so I want you to introduce yourself to this girl. Okay.
You want me to introduce myself to this girl, Artie Hoffman? Hello,
Okay.
My name is Artie Hoffman.
Her name is J. Marion Cole, and she says, "Hi, Marty."
Hi, Marty. Okay.
Like Marty instead of Artie.
Artie. Actually, I have a brother, Marty, so it's not so bad. You're not so far off. I'm Artie, but no, but
just want her to know that you're Artie.
Oh, okay, yeah. But you want to know something? Sometimes somebody will text in and it comes out differently, especially if they're voicing it or whatnot.
She should know who she's talking
That's
to.
funny, yeah. I'm Artie, not Marty. Marty's my brother.
She's from St. Louis, and she says anything from my grandma Florence.
Anything from your grandmother Florence. Oh, did she have a sweet tooth? For some reason, I'm seeing lots of candy dishes with her. I keep on seeing candy dish. And did she have issues with her teeth besides? Is she the one that had false teeth or had a bridge in her mouth? I keep on seeing something with sweets, and she's showing me something with her mouth. She wants you to know she is doing very well. And hold on a second. And was there issues with her chest? Or there's somebody with her that had issues with the heart or issues with the chest is what I'm picking up on. Also, I keep on seeing, did you just get new chairs? There's issues with the chairs also. Either you're getting new chairs or there's a chair that needs to be fixed. But I keep on hearing shuffling of the chairs around for whatever reason. So whatever that means. But she does want you to know that you do keep a piece of jewelry on you that is hers. So she wants to give acknowledgement to that. And she says she loves you with all her heart.
Tahira Khan.
Tahira
Khan.
Khan.
Hi, Artie. I'm from Pakistan, and my name is Tahira.
Tahira. Well, thank you. From Pakistan.
I was raised in the States. I was wondering if my decisions that I have made in the last couple of months will come to haunt me.
Well, let's change that question around. Are the decisions that you made, will it better you? Is it your better decision? How's that for being more positive? So actually what I'm getting is that yes, and I feel like the move that you made is definitely a decision that you made with this sense of integrity. And I feel like you made the decision from your heart. Even though other people might think differently of you or they're challenging you, do I feel like you made the right move? I feel the move that you made is correct. And do I feel like you're going to go through some challenges? The answer is yes. Do I feel like you're going to overcome your challenges? The answer is yes. Do I feel like you're going to be happy with the final outcome from your strength, even though other people were working against you? I feel like the answer is yes. So I give you a lot of credit for doing what needed to be done, and I back you 100%. So yes, great move, great move.
Ruth Ellen Edmonds Brown. She says, "Hi, Artie. Hopefully you notice me tonight. I've been trying to hear from you for weeks, doll." There's no question.
All right, Ruth, we are going to say a beautiful hello. I'm giving you a nice warm hug right now. I don't know what question to answer you to answer for you because you didn't ask a question. So are we acknowledging you? Yes, we are. And Allison and I, we send our love to you.
Amanda Forrest.
Amanda Forrest.
Hi, I'm from Southampton, Pennsylvania. My father passed away, and I would love to get a message from him. His name is Dave.
Okay. What's really cool is that I just saw something. Was he connected with horses, or do you live around horse farms or something? Because as soon as I heard that question, I just picked something up in regards to horses, and I don't know why. Also, I'm getting a string. Did he always wear a tie, or is there? I see you know how sometimes cowboys wear a string tie or something, and I'm also seeing something with a horseshoe. I don't know why I'm getting such strong connections with horses, or something with a good luck charm in connection with a horseshoe or a horse. Hold on a second. Did he usually walk around with it? See, I have a gruff. Did he usually walk around? Did he usually have a gruff? Sometimes when I'm reading somebody, or when I'm trying to connect with somebody, it might not be the exact person who I'm connecting with. A lot of times it is, and sometimes I could be talking about somebody else who is strongly connected to you. So don't take it personally that if what I say to you can't directly connect with, but it could be with somebody else that is who's close to you, that who I'm connecting to. I got to tell you something interesting that happened to me years ago. I went to a high school football game with my daughter, and right before I sat down, I was sitting right next to. I went with my wife, who was my wife at the time, and my daughter took off. And I said to her, I said, I have a feeling this game's going to be a blowout. And I felt like the score was going to be 42-13. This is, believe it or not, it's a football game. It's a high school football game. To me, it was like one of the greatest psychic predictions I ever made in my life. I was so excited. And so at the end of the half, and it was Sayreville against, I think, J.P. Stevens, if I'm not mistaken. So the score at the end of the half was 28-7. And so at the end of the third quarter, the score was 35-7. And then the fourth quarter, the other team that only had 7 points scored a touchdown, which made it 35-13. And then the extra point was shanked, so it stayed 35-13 for that moment. And then later on in the fourth quarter, the other team scored a touchdown, which gave the score 42-13, and with 8 minutes to left, and I was praying like hell that the score would stay. And wouldn't you know it, the final score was 42-13, and that, my friends, was one of the greatest predictions of my life. And I predicted a lot of things to happen, but for me personally, to watch a game from beginning to end and to see the score unfold, that was really exciting. And that happened about 13 years ago, something like that. But that was really cool. Thank you for all your well wishes and all your hearts and all your good stuff, everybody. I really appreciate that. So, alrighty.
Okay, the next one is Janice Murray. And to me, you keep freezing on my screen, so you want to ask them if you're freezing? Okay,
so if I'm freezing on your screen, I apologize, everybody, but right now it's like I don't see any glitches on mine, so you might have to reboot your phone. So with Allison, it's been freezing on hers. So
Janice Murray, was my brother with me yesterday when I ran into an old friend of his? And does he have any messages for me? Thank you.
Okay. Yes, there was no coincidence that you ran into your old friend. And who was with her? Her brother?
No, he was my brother with me yesterday. He passed.
Yeah.
But I ran into an old friend of his. And does he...
Yes, and he just went pow. He just went like this. He showed me the fist. And he's going pow to you. So when he goes like this, is that how he usually greeted people? Like by the fist? Or does somebody have like a tattoo across the fingers? But as soon as you just said that, I went pow. So that's his message to you. Is he around you? I just heard all the time, and he said, watch out, don't trip. So be careful about in the way that you walk, or did you just trip while going up the stairs? Or I don't know. He just said, be careful, don't trip. So whatever that means. He also wants to prepare you for the winter time. I have a feeling that this winter time is going to be pretty snowy in your area, and he's saying, I don't know if you have a snowblower, but make sure the snowblower is up to snuff, or make sure you have really good shovels. But he's saying, make sure you're fully prepared for this winter time for all the snow that we're going to have. So that's his message to you. But he does want you to know that he's around you all the time.
Broadcast interrupted.
And what?
It says broadcast interrupted.
Really? Just now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So are there any other questions? Can you bring up any other questions or no?
Yeah.
Because I'm still going.
Okay,
So
let's keep going.
So I'm going to keep going. So
coming up. So
alrighty.
Dorothy Ann Nemeth came back on. Dorothy Ann Nemeth, hello Artie. Should I give him a chance?
Should you give him a chance? I am getting a strong yes. You should give him a chance. And I'm also getting that don't be overly challenging. You need to be flexible. That's what I'm getting. If you're looking for perfection, you're not going to get it. Do I feel like you should give him a chance? The answer is yes. I just want everyone to know that the only reason why I'm wearing these glasses again is because I got a sty in my eyes, so I didn't want to gross anybody out. So, and that's why. It's not just me being the Joe Cool person. So, all right, what do we got?
Camille Morden Cruz.
Camille Cruz.
Hi Artie, it's time to make some changes in my life, but I feel stuck. Does my husband have a message for me? I miss him so much. Thanks.
Yeah, my heart goes out to you when you lose your significant other. Wow. This is going to sound really crazy, and he wants you to know that he doesn't want you to feel guilty at all. I honestly believe in the year 2018 that you are going to have a golden opportunity to have a companion in your life. And he wants you to know that he doesn't feel jealous about this. He doesn't want you to be alone. And he's saying you're going to have to fix the table, whatever that means. For some reason, I keep on seeing something with the dining room table or the kitchen table. And I feel like something needs to be fixed or something needs to be corrected with one of the tables that you have in your house. But getting back to what I just said to you, he said he's always around you. He knows that you talk to him on a regular basis. He said, I love you, baby. And I see him rubbing your back a lot. So I don't know if that's what you did to him or he did to you, but he's rubbing your back. But he says, don't worry. He goes, this next year is going to be much better for you. But keep your heart open, and that when this companion comes into your life, this relationship, and other people are trying to share their life with you, to trying to, make you a part of their life. He says, open up your time and open up your heart. It's all going to be well worth it. He said, you'll see. He says, everything will be okay, and I'll be sending you signs. And I'm literally seeing a light flickering on and off around you. So the electricity will be flickering on and off. And he said something about pay the cable bill. Make sure you pay the cable bill, or there's an issue with the cable, whatever that means. You'll understand. Okay.
Aileen Jane.
Aileen Jane.
Hi, Artie, from the Jersey Shore. Do my parents, Harry and Jane, have any messages for me? Just found the Heads Up dime today, and it made me so happy.
Well, you know that that's them, and you know that whenever you see those coins, that that's them. So are they around you all the time? And all of a sudden, I keep on seeing a card. Was there a special card that they sent you, that they gave you, that could you always refer to make you happy? Was there like a special card, whether it be a birthday card or an appreciation card? But I keep on seeing like a really nice card that they gave you that should warm your heart each time you need a pick-me-up. So they're letting you know that they're around you. Also, you're going to be finding an old nickel. All right, you're going to spot an old nickel. And that's going to be one of their hellos to you. Or they're mentioning something specific about a buffalo head nickel. So when that happens, you got to let me know.
Carmela Lombardo.
Carmela Lombardo.
Anything from my brother? He passed away in 1977. He was 10 years old.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, he keeps on showing me. Somebody keeps on running their hands through their hair. Was somebody like always very particular about their hair, and I keep on wanting to touch my hair and brush my hair back, and so, or don't mess my hair. It's like somebody was very picky or particular about their hair, and so he's going crazy. And for some reason, I'm getting laughter from him right now. So he's letting you know that he's okay. And I keep on seeing the number 10. The number 10 seems to be very significant with him.
He was 10 years old.
What?
He was 10 years
Oh,
old.
he was 10 years old? Oh, I didn't even realize. But did you say he was 10 years old?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay. So he was 10 years old. But there's also something else specific about the number 10. You might also be seeing the number 10 on license plate, like 1010, or I feel like the lottery might be coming out soon, 1010. But there's something more than just his age that has to do with the number 10. Or was this a, could have been October 10th or November 10th. There's something else about the number 10 that I feel is strongly connected with him. But there's also something about the hair. Someone was always very particular about the hair. Hold on. And is there something with a joke within the family about the duckies? Something about with the geese or the ducks or whatnot? But because I keep on seeing something crazy with the ducks or the geese. So hopefully you understand this. And like I said, if you don't understand everything that I say in the moment, sometimes it's not until days, weeks, or months later that 2 and 2 equal up. I just wanted to mention a couple of things. What did I want you to... Oh, check this out. So Al and I, we ended up going into the city yesterday, and we saw the Bronx Tale. And let me tell you something. While we were walking the streets, we saw the cutest little Yorkies. This one couple in a baby carriage had 5 Yorkies, and they were dressed up in like little Santa Claus outfits.
Reindeers, like they had reindeer outfits.
Yeah, they had like reindeer outfits on, and they were lit up, and all the 5 little Yorkies in the baby carriage were all barking and stuff.
And the red lights were going
And the red lights were going on and off and everything. And like everybody was like paying attention to these little Yorkies. It looked like a walking Hallmark card. They were so freaking adorable. I wish we took a video picture of them. But it was really, really cool. And let me tell you something. You know, New York, I'll tell you, it really is true what that song says. The town never sleeps. Because even late at night around Times Square, there's so much energy with all the lights and all the commotion and all the people. And it's like, when I tell you it was jam-packed, it was jam-packed with people. So if you need like a pick-me-up, all right, if you want to step out of a boring life or you want like a zest, I'm telling you, just go to New York City, because if that doesn't light you up, I don't know what will. And like the billboards and all the lights and the city lights and like the energy and the excitement, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And when you're going into the city, it would be smart that when you go to a restaurant to make reservations. All right, make reservations, because we learned that lesson too. Because there was a couple of restaurants we wanted to go to, we could have
spur of the moment.
Yeah, because we did it at the spur of the moment. Now you could have, we could have gone there, but it was a pretty long wait. What else did I want to write? What else did I want to say?
Did you mention Instagram?
Yeah, I mentioned Instagram. Oh, check this out. Yeah. With the Instagrams, I also want to, give you a little reminder that on the Instagrams, I do, angel messages every single morning, or just about every single morning, and I deliver a message for you, like to let you know what the angel message is for the day. So if you could get onto my Instagram, and if you could like my Instagram and like my Facebook and my posts and stuff, and I try to come up with
they can
something.
Share the Instagram too.
Yeah, share the Instagram, because that would be really, really cool. Also, what else? Oh, yeah. So if you want to give one of your loved ones, whether it be friends or family, a gift certificate for a reading, or the money incense, because these money incense are the bomb. It's better than a lottery ticket. I'm telling you, these are beautiful things, and you also get a prayer with the money incense. So it has been drawing in money and prosperity, and people have been winning literally have been winning the lottery, pick threes, pick fours. One lady won the pick six. No, she didn't win the pick six. She played the cash 5, and she won $650. What else was there?
Want to give your phone number?
So yeah, that's right. If you want to order the money incense, or if you want to get a reading from myself or a private session, or to even book for an Artie party, just give me a call at 732-778-7173. Or you can go to my Facebook. Go to my Facebook. Go to my .com, artiehoffman.com, or artiehoffman@gmail. You could email me, and I'll be more than happy to set up a reading for you. Or if you need to, find out any information about how I do what I do, or like I said, if you want a gift certificate, be more than happy to do it for you. So, and what do we got, Al?
Okay, Paula Gruber.
Yes, Paula McGruber.
Not Nick Gruber.
Oh, I thought you said McGruber.
No, it's Paula. It's Medici Gruber.
Medici Gruber?
Yeah.
Oh, how many Paulas are there?
So
how many Paulas are
there? A
there?
couple of names there.
Okay.
Okay, so she would like to know if her house finances will get better, and that she's hoping for a part-time job, overnights, weekends.
Overnights, weekends. Actually, I see you having a really good shot at something with waitressing, believe it or not. Instantly, like my mind went into an IHOP, but it doesn't necessarily mean IHOP. It's a reference to like some kind of a waitress job. Yeah, it's like some kind of a waitress job, or working someplace where there's food. So put your energy out there to where there's food, and that's where I see you getting a job. What was her other question in regards to money? Do you know?
Will her house finances get better?
Will your house finances get better? See, I don't know exactly what you mean by will your house finances get better. Hold on just a sec. I'm a psychic. I should know this stuff, right? I should know this. Hold on a second. I just heard, just tell her yes. By the beginning of January, things financially are going to pick up and improve. It has to do with you getting another job, though. It's not just about keeping things just the way they are. Things are not just going to get better on their own, but through your actions, I feel like things are going to get much better. But it's going to involve, working more hours and spending less. Also talk to all your creditors and work out a deal with them so that you're not being strangled, all right? But you just got to be more conscientious about your spending habits. And unfortunately, you can't be as generous as you'd like. And I'm not saying to stop being generous, but you just got to watch how you're spending your money. And then you're going to see things are slowly going to come around. But you got to grab the bull by the horns. You can't just sit there in fear and just worry, how am I going to get out of this? You got to do something about it. And you're going to see that things are going to get better. The angel cards are clearly showing me that. But you just got to be a little more creative on how you go about it, okay? So if you owe, say, $100 for a bill, don't feel like you have to pay the full 100. Give 40 of it or 50 of it, just to show good faith that you're, giving an attempt.
Brian Magner.
Brian Magner.
Anything for my mom, Marcia Magner.
Okay. Oh, this is funny. I don't know what she means by this. She just said, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. So, but she's in very good spirits, and I keep on seeing something about pies, something like apple pies or cherry pies. I keep on seeing something in reference to pies. So I don't know what that means of her or for you, but that's what I was picking up on. Hold on a second. What else? Also, I feel like something needs to be sanitized better. I don't know. Has your hands been touching your face? Or I feel like, are your hands... I keep on getting need to keep your hands clean or keep your hands sanitized. And it's like, have you been holding babies or have you been around little children? But I feel like things just need to be a little better sanitized or cleaned, and that's what she's saying. But she just wants you to know that she's doing very well, and she just blew you a kiss, and she said, God bless you, I love you.
Patricia Palucci.
Patricia Palucci. How you doing, Patricia?
Will I find love?
Will you find love? Hold on, Patricia. Let's see what the angel cards have to say. Wow, very cool, very cool. Very cool, very cool. Hold on, hold on. All right, so what I am getting with this, will you find love? Believe it or not, I have a feeling that the person who you could become smitten with is someone who you already know or that's already been in your path. I also feel like it's somebody who you really didn't give much notice to, and you're kind of like, you're guessing a book by its cover. You're judging a book by its cover. And I feel like once you get to know this person more and more, I feel like you're going to actually liking this person more and more. The more you know about the person, the more you're going to like them. But your first judgment is going to be, nah, I don't want to go out with this person. But when you have the opportunity to go out with somebody, you want to take advantage of it and don't just go out just to have a good time. Too many times people go out on dates with such high expectations rather than just going out to enjoy the moment or to enjoy the evening. Because a lot of people say, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my time. But is it a waste of time if you're going out just to enjoy an evening? You know, it's not a waste of time. You know, a lot of times people say, also what I've been hearing just recently, people say, you know what, I just was with this person for like 4 or 5 years and it didn't work out and I'm devastated and I feel like I just wasted all this time. And guess what? You didn't waste any time, because those 4 or 5 years were experiences in your life. Just because it didn't meet up to your expectations thereafter doesn't mean it was a waste of time. It's not a waste of time, because every day of your life is an experience. So how do you know that if you shared your time with someone else, that time would not have only lasted maybe 2 years or 3 years? It might not have lasted 4 or 5 years or however. So don't look at time that you, as you might want to say, invested into someone else or something else. No, so it wasn't just an investment of time of, yes, you are hoping for it to go forever, but sometimes it just doesn't last like that. It just lasts for a certain amount of time, and that's the time that it was meant to be. So don't beat yourself up that, yes, it sucks when you go through a breakup, but it's more important that what did you get from the relationship, or what did you learn more about yourself? And there are times where, yes, this is cool. So sometimes it does take a little tweaking and a little more understanding to find out more about yourself. And then, your relationship grows on. So this is something, each experience, each relationship is different. So again, don't beat yourself up if every single relationship that you say you invested in, that it didn't work out, because there's many different relationships. Al and I were just discussing this before. You have relationships with your kids, you have relationships with loved ones, you have relationships with family members, you have relationships with boyfriends, girlfriends, female friends, guy friends. Each person brings a different aspect of your life, a different experience of your life. And there's different levels of love, there's love that you have with your brother and sisters. There's love that you have with your kids, love you have with your love partners. There's love that you have with your parents, with your coworkers. There's all different types of appreciation and love. So don't feel like everything has to be at a 10. It doesn't. There are people who you could tell your everything to. There are people who you have a good time just sharing, having lunch with. There's, people who you could talk shop with. So there's all different types of levels of relationships and different types of love. So don't look at anything as lost, because everybody in your life brings something to the table. And sometimes people come into your life to teach you about what love is not. So now I know what I don't want. So now that you can go after what you do want. And then if you're blessed to have a beautiful relationship, like I'll give you an example. My parents, my father had a very difficult personality, and so he taught me a lot about what love is not. But he was a very loving person in his way, but he caused a lot of heartache. Whereas my mother was filled with unconditional love, and so I wanted to mimic more of that. So she taught me what love is. So I was lucky enough. So if you had a lot of heartaches in your life that you could not fully appreciate, all right, don't mimic it. A lot of times people mimic what was shown them, what was taught to them. So don't do that. Do the opposite, all right? And you'll be a better person because of it. So like I said, I learned a lot from heartaches. And I said, you know what? From my father's actions, I learned what not to do. Or I learned how to treat women because my father was not the kindest to my mother. So, he wasn't all bad, but he created a lot of actions that just were not appreciated. So... And like I said, through other friends and through other relationships and from my mom, I learned what love is. And those good feelings that I got, I always wanted to share that with everybody else who was around me. So I always do try to give my best. I mean, I'm human. I have my bad days. So people a lot of times say, hey, Artie, are you ever in a bad mood? You always seem to be in a good mood or an uppity mood. So if I know I'm going to be with friends, if I know if I'm going to be in public, I always want to give my best because I don't want self-pity. I don't want pity from anybody. I just want to always, try to keep things on the uppity side, on the loving side, on the light side. But if I'm in one of those funky funk moods, I usually like to be by myself or maybe just hang out with one other person and just where I could just be myself. Because sometimes, hey, listen, we all have those moments, What do we got?
Abdallah Fraj.
Abdallah Fraj.
Hi, Artie. Will my life get better soon, please?
Will your life get better soon, please? Well, this has to do with personal choices, all right? Because what I'm getting is that you've been putting a lot of weight into other people as far as how they treat you, all right? So can your life get better? The answer is yes, but you need to take more control of your personal life on who you choose to hang with. We are what our environment is. So so the angel of celebration just came out. So the answer is yes. Can your life get better? The answer is yes, but you got to make healthier choices about yourself as far as what you're willing to tolerate. So if you're around certain personalities or circumstances that are not making you happy or serving your higher good, then make those changes and you're going to see your life is going to improve by a lot, but you don't have to keep on accepting the same old because that's a bunch of bull crap.
Heidi Lee K.
Heidi Lee K. How you doing, Heidi?
Hi, Artie. My mother, who is here watching with me, would like to know if her son, who is basically at rock bottom, will be all right and make it through this rough time in his life.
Okay. Will he make it through his rough time in life? Hold on a second. So what I'm getting is that if you were to bring certain people into his life, that he appreciated when he was younger, that would help raise his spirits. Also, so what I mean by that, like friends that he liked from the yesteryears or relatives that he really liked from the yesteryears and bringing them into his life, I feel like that will definitely help raise his spirits. Also, if you allowed him to see movies that were very motivational, like the movie Ray, he had to overcome a lot of obstacles. If he was to see, motivational speakers like Anthony Robbins, so long as he's around more motivational type of people or uplifting people, you're going to see him turning around. It's almost like when you go to visit somebody in the hospital, you don't want to go to them and go, oh, my poor baby, oh, I'm so sorry. You want to when you go to visit somebody in the hospital, you got to keep your spirits up, even if they're down, because you want to bring their spirits up to you. You don't want to go down to their level. So when you're with somebody who's down in the dumps or not doing that well, try to bring them either people or situations that will, bring them to that better place. Can it be done? The answer is yes. But, like the old saying goes, you could lead a horse to water, but they really have to want it themselves. But I really honestly believe that if he's around more positive people, he's going to start to take to that.
Sherry Bilger Moyer.
Sherry Bilger Moyer.
Bilger Moyer.
Oh, okay.
Artie, do you see anything coming out of the relationship I have with my ex-husband? There is a third party involved. Thanks. Had a reading from you several years ago. Several years ago!
Do I feel like a better relationship is going to continue? Honestly, I'm not feeling positive on this as far as... Do I feel like this could be a friendly relationship? Yes, but... Hold on a second. I want to relook at the angel cards and just see what they're saying. No. As far as you hoping to get what you want from your ex, no, I feel like that ship has sailed and I feel like you need to move on from it. What's really cool is that there is going to be someone else that's going to be popping into your life, and I feel like it has to do something with the medical field. So whether this person is a doctor or he works for the pharmacist, or you're going to be meeting them around the medical field type of circumstances, or you happen to be visiting a pharmacy and he happens to be in aisle 3, just right where you are. But there's a connection, something with the medical, that you're going to be connecting with someone else. So that's what I'm strongly getting.
Debbie Caristillo. I killed that name. Caristillo.
Debbie Caristillo. How you doing?
Artie, please, will my broken heart ever heal?
Will your broken heart ever heal? This has to do with personal choices. Will your broken heart ever heal? Eleanor Roosevelt said, no one could ever make you feel like a victim without your consent. So if you are constantly looking back at what has happened to you, if you're constantly living back into the past, you're constantly playing yourself as a victim. So you're not going to be able to move on if you keep on looking in the past. You also need to come to a place of forgiveness, because when you forgive the other people for how they wronged you, that means you are no longer giving them emotional control over your life. You could forgive the person, you don't have to forgive their actions. So by you forgiving them, you're not forgiving them just for their sake, you're forgiving them more for your sake, so you don't carry that negative seed. So you want to be able to allow yourself to move on. So you gotta write a letter. You know what? This is what I tell a lot of people. I say write a letter to those people, even if you don't physically give it to them. But just write a letter to that person and let them know exactly how you feel. And, you could explain, all the good times. You could explain how you were offended. You could explain about what your intentions are. You could explain whatever you want to explain. Whatever it's going to take for you to pour your heart out, write them a letter. And I promise you, you're going to start to sleep better, because you're getting all these emotions that's in your heart and in your mind. You're getting it out on paper, and then read it to them. And on a subconscious level, believe it or not, they are getting it. I promise you, they are getting it. And even if they are living with you, all right, or if they're around you, you could literally talk to them in your thoughts, and they are getting it. So, do that. And then after you do that, take the piece of paper and then just burn it outside. After you write it, and then rewrite it, because the first draft is never the best. So rewrite what you wrote, rewrite it to make it even better. Read it to them, whether it be in person or even if they're not there, just get it off your chest, and then take that piece of paper and burn it so the smoke signals go to heaven. Michaeletta.
I try really, really hard to make sure the house is clean. Things are cleaned up, washed, done, etc. Feel like everything I do is never enough. Will my marriage last, or is this just the way it is?
Will your marriage last, or is it just the way it is? All right, I'm going to look, Mike, I'm going to look at the cards and see what the angels have to say. Hold on a second, Mike. I'm going to give you the answer to your relationship. Honesty, awakening. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to look at 2 sets of angel cards here so that we could... Wow. You know what? It's not about you cleaning up and being a perfectionist and stuff like that just around the house. It has to do with about sharing better times. Sharing times, quality times together, and not just with you, but also with another couple. Do I feel like things could get a little better? Yes. Are things going to get perfect? No. Do I feel like this is a forever relationship? Honestly, no. I don't feel like it's a forever relationship. But I do feel like things can get better. If the both of you are willing to go to counseling, you guys really stand a good chance at lasting longer. But it's not just about being clean and trying to be perfect and just making them happy. It has a lot more to do than just the physical exterior. It has to do more from the heart. So I will tell you this, and this is exactly what I'm getting, and I feel extremely confident. By the end of July, you're going to 100% know exactly where you stand within your personal life and within your relationship. It's going to be clear cut. By the end of July, you will 100% know. All right? So try to do what I suggested and try to share times going out together, and go to comedy clubs. Go where you can have fun and not just out to dinner where you just sit across from one another and not speak, because that's not too much fun. And go out with other couples, because that will also help. So that's what I'm getting. But just being overly accommodating like that, it's nice, but I don't feel like it's going to just save the marriage.
Did you want to mention the book and pre-ordering through your email?
Yeah. So we have a book that Al and I wrote, and it's called Angels and Answers. It's a book that I am extremely proud of. And so we're going to, as soon as I get word from the publisher, when it's going to be ready to be out on Amazon, you'll be able to make pre-orders. And it's called Angels and Answers, and it explains about life on a daily basis, and each page is going to hit home with you personally. And I had a few girls, because I've been writing this for a couple of years, I had a few girls look at a few pieces of mine, and it literally brought tears to their eyes. And it's something that, like I said, that I'm very, very proud of. And so, like I said, hopefully within a month's time, because I did send it out to the publisher not too long ago, hopefully within a month's time, I'll be able to, give you the information so that you can make pre-orders. And it would make a wonderful gift also. So
it's not just for women.
It's not just for women, right? It's for men. This, yeah, it's going to hit everybody right in the heart on an emotional level. About relationship, about your personal life, about your connection with God. We have angels in there, angels and saints in there. Again, it's called Angels and Answers. And when I tell you this book is going to be ultra huge, you're going to love, love, love this book. And I just can't wait. I just can't wait. Because like I said, I've shown a few of my pieces that I wrote while I was in meditation. It's like I was taking dictation from the angels, and I read these pieces to some people, and they were speechless, and a few of them just cried because it really hit home. And I just can't wait till you get this book. It's called Angels and Answers. So, but we'll let you know. We will definitely let you know. And also, don't forget, with the holiday season coming up, if you want to give somebody a reading, all right, whether it be over the phone or in person. I'm in Woodbridge. And December 20th, I'm going to be at Compass Massage doing readings. It was supposed to be December 13th, but Al and I, we have a date to go see Bocelli. All right, we're going to see Mr. Bocelli himself in Madison Square Garden. It's going to be a beautiful thing. So it's supposed to be December 13th at Compass, but we're switching it to December 20th. So if you want to come see me in Ocean City, New Jersey, it's going to be a beautiful thing. All right. So again, if you want to get a gift certificate for anybody you know for the holidays or for the money incense, give me a call at 732-778-7173, or you could email me at artiehoffman@gmail. Check out artiehoffman.com, and you could see all what's going on behind the scenes. So, and
Do you
what
want to
else?
take one more question before you do your card?
Yes, I'm going to take another question. Right after I do this question, I'm about to do the 3-card spread. All right. And I'm going to answer every single one of your questions. So I want you to write down your question on a piece of paper. And I'm going to have 3 piles that I'm going to be reading from. All right. 3 piles. And I want you to pick. I want you to write down next to your question, pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3. All right. And whatever one you write, that pile is going to answer your question specifically. All right. So don't go away, because otherwise you're missing out on your questions.
Of course, if they have 2 questions they want to know, they could pick 2 piles.
Right.
Or the
If you
same
want, right.
answer
If you have 2 questions, right. If you have 2 separate questions, you got to write down the number right next to each question. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
So the last question here is from Colleen Davis.
Colleen Davis.
Hi, Artie. My son's girlfriend was visiting me in my house today. As we were talking, she said, "Oh my God, I thought I just seen a person standing to the left of me. Was it my mom or dad?" They both passed.
Okay, I will tell you, like, you'll know, because who's the one that liked to chew gum a lot? That's who it was. I keep on seeing gum being chewed. And that's the one. The person who either like to have constant suckers in their mouth, like the Dentine or bubble gum, or they always had to have lifesavers in their mouth. Or something. But whoever that was, that's who it is, and that's who is visiting you. And it might have been your father, because I keep on seeing something with a pocket watch. You have one of their watches. So this is exactly what I'm getting, something with the watches. So, but you know who I'm talking about, and that's the one who is visiting you. So right now, I am going to do a 3-card spread. All right. And I am shuffling up the cards. Hold on 2 seconds. Give me just a moment, and I'm going to answer all of your questions. I want you to write down your questions on a piece of paper, and I want you to write down 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to explain to you what each pile means. Now, for some of you that joined in a little later, I just want you to know the only reason why I'm wearing these glasses is not to be Mr. Joe Cool, but because I had a sty in my eye, so I didn't want to gross anybody out. I didn't want to scare anybody. So here we go. And hold on just a second. I got to take this out. All right, Al, if you could just hold that. Hold on, right there. Right there. Right there. All right, so here I'm going to have... All right, this is going to be pile number 1. Do you want your questions to be answered from pile number 2? Or do you want your questions to be answered from pile number 3?
And you could tell them, yes, that's my Mick in the background there, because we got Mick on the...
Oh, okay. We got Mick. All right, we got the cute little pooch, the cute little Yorkie in the mix here. Okay. So I'm just going to add a couple of angel cards to each pile to presents. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so now I'm going to answer exactly what... Now, if you pick pile number 1 to answer your question, this is going to be your answer. All right. So what I'm getting right here, right now, all right, we have partnership, we have partnership, we have the journey, and mixed signals. So what I'm getting is that what you're hoping to accomplish, it's mixed signals. I feel like that the relationship or the circumstances that you're looking for, I have a feeling that this is not the best scenario. I feel like you know that it's not the best scenario. It's something that that's not favorable. I don't feel like this is an honest situation, and I feel like that the other person is not pulling their weight, and I feel like everyone involved within the circumstances, I feel like it's just you're not on the same page. It's just not a good thing. So that's what I'm getting. The partnership or the relationship that you're hoping for or looking for, it's not what you're hoping to do. And trying to make it work, it's only going to get harder. So cut your losses. With pile number 2, if you picked out pile number 2, all right, so what I'm getting here is that pile number 2 is everything is going to work out, but I'm getting that you just need to be a little flexible. And, you know, if you're a perfectionist, all right, you're going to make yourself go crazy, but just know that not everything throughout this journey is going to go perfect, but is the momentum going in the right direction? Absolutely. Are you going to get the results you want? Absolutely. It might not happen as fast as you like, and it might not happen in the way that you like, in the way that you would like, but are things going to work out overall in the positive? The answer is yes. So congratulations if you pick number 2. If you pick number 1, you're screwed. All righty, so pile number 3. All right, so this is protection, and you have constraint, and you have strength reverse. So I feel like you're getting messages that you really do know what's best for you, but you're kind of working against yourself because you have strength reversed. And I feel like you're getting messages from your angels and from your loved ones and from your soul inside as far as what's the best for you. And yet you keep on working against yourself because you want what you want. And you're not really paying attention to what the message is of how they're being explained to you. And I feel like by you, if you pick number 3, you're going to be forced to have to take different avenues. All right? Things are just not going to work out in the way that you want. And I feel like the more you try to push in the direction of what you're trying to accomplish, I feel like the lessons are just going to get harder and harder. So it's up to you to make healthier choices and follow your gut, follow your soul, and you'll see that it's going to work out. But if you keep on pushing, the envelope to keep on going after what you want, and you keep on getting negative results, it's just going to keep on blowing up in your face. So start making healthier choices than the one that you originally made, all right? And that's that. So everybody, you got your questions answered, and it was a great pleasure. And thank you, Allison, for being here with me. And until next week, everybody, it was my great pleasure. From my mouth to God's ears, may God bless all of you with lots of love, health, happiness, and prosperity. Just know God and the angels are always watching over you. All right, don't ever be afraid to ask. God is filled with unconditional love, and the angels and the saints are filled with lots of patience for you. All right, so until next week, everybody, may God bless you. Thank you.